Welcome to Landry Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. You'll see, oh, that's a school bus. You'll see little things come out here. You can click on it anytime if you want free videos to learn how to use the internet to create income, side income, or even replace your income. That's how I became a writer. I went from investment banking and I knew I needed income, so I got online and got trained by professionals, mentors, how to use the internet to create income for anything, whether you do affiliate marketing or you create your own products and services. Because now I'm using the internet not only to reach you, but I'm going to be going on tour. I'm going to be releasing lessons that you can take, and I know how to reach my audiences. You can do all of these things. Do not limit yourself, because we're going to work on the master key system. I started that. There's some videos out there already that I did. Now I'm just going to read a few things here. This is just the foreword. This is a step-by-step thing. This actually was banned. This is called The Secret of Silicon Valley. This is what people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and all the big guys in Silicon Valley read to create success in their lives. Those guys read this kind of stuff, by the way. It was banned, I don't know, like maybe it could have been the 19th century, because it was so powerful and it gave people individual power, and of course the church doesn't like that. So I'm going to read just excerpts from it, because the number one thing, and I did a video on this already, is if you cannot control your thinking, don't bother with anything else. If you cannot control what you think, because that's everything. That's your message to the universe. If you can't control it, no matter what you do, wealth. But the thinking's going, oh, I'm worried about my bank account. I don't have any money. You know, that's your thing. You got to control that. And this takes you through and helps you control every piece of that until you get so good at it that you could just manifest like that. I used to manifest stuff so quickly. I still do, but it was accelerated at one point. Some men seem to attract success, power, wealth, attainment with very little conscious effort. Others conquer with great difficulty. Still others fail altogether to reach their ambitions, desires, and ideals. Why is this so? Why should some men realize their ambitions easily, others with difficulty, and still others not at all? The cause cannot be physical. The cause cannot be physical. So what does this mean? You can try all you want. But if inside here you do not have everything in check, you don't have the beliefs, you don't have the ambition, you don't have the drive, the passion, the beliefs, the feeling, you can try all you want out here to do stuff, and you're going to go, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? I'm working hard, I'm doing it, and things are failing because you're controlling that with your thoughts. I know it's tough, but you really are. All right. It is mind, therefore, which overcomes environment and every other obstacle in the path of men. So, the difference must be mental, must be in the mind. The mind is the creative force, must constitute the sole difference between men. Take two men. One guy has nothing. The other guy is wealthy. And then this guy who has nothing becomes wealthy. And this guy had a bunch of stuff, starts to not do so well. Maybe he came into money. He's miserable and his businesses start to fail. His mentality's bad, but this broke guy all of a sudden becomes wealthy. How's that possible? This guy had so many other advantages because he had a mindset. When the creative power of thought is fully understood, its effect will be seen to be marvelous. How many times you go, oh my God, like the odds of that are like 1 in a million. Have you ever had that happen? Oh, I have it happen a lot. I did the numbers on one thing. I said, oh my God, that was like 1 in a billion shot of something happening. It's just like, and I go, you know what? I'm not surprised. It's not a statistic. It was the universe bringing into being what I was thinking. So, but such results cannot be secured without proper application, diligence. I tell you, you can't just sit there and think it unless you're clear. Most of us have to work every day to keep those thoughts at bay, to keep the garbage at bay, to really understand it, to work on it every day. And concentration is also needed. So focus is quantum physics. It brings what you're believing and thinking into reality because your probabilities already exist. And so what you focus on shows up. So when scientists do experiments in quantum physics, their thoughts are affecting the results. Fact, their thoughts affect the results of the experiment. They realize that they were, because why was one experiment one way and then it's another way? They realized it was what they believed or expected that was happening, and that their focus on it was actually changing the molecules in that experiment because they were actually looking at it. Isn't that bizarre? I mean, that's mind-blowing. That's how powerful we are. Okay, so the student who learns that power comes from within, that he is weak only because he is dependent on help from outside. What do you think? Mom and Dad, should I do this and that? And I need help from you. I get that all the time. Help me. What are you doing? What are you doing for yourself? Because you wield the power. I do not have the power to change somebody else's life, by the way. Only they do. So if I'm helping them, it's because they're helping themselves and coming to me for some assistance, maybe, counseling or whatever. But it starts with them and their belief. And so the student that knows that power comes from within, he's only weak because he's dependent on help from outside, and who unhesitantly throws himself on his own thought, instantly rights himself, stands erect, assumes a dominant attitude, and works miracles. You can write this overnight. You can decide you are not going to think negative thoughts. You're not going to, have self-deprecating thoughts about who you are, what you're capable of. You can change that and work on it every day. It is evident, therefore, that he who fails to fully investigate and take advantage of the wonderful progress which is being made in this last and greatest science, which is really quantum physics, will soon be as far behind as the man who would refuse to acknowledge and accept the benefits which have accrued to mankind through an understanding of the laws of electricity. Electricity exists everywhere. It always was. It was always here. Nobody created it. They brought it into being and harnessed it for our use. Right? There's no lack of electricity. It just is. It's what you do with it. Abundance, therefore, depends upon a recognition of the laws of abundance. You have to recognize it. It's not outside of you. No one else is making that decision whether or not you deserve it. If that was true, people like Hitler would have never been powerful or wealthy, right? The fact that mind is not only the creator, but the only creator of all there is. And you are part of that mind. It's not separate from you. Certainly nothing can be created before we know that it can be created and then make the proper effort. You have to know it can be created. You have to believe that. There is no more electricity in the world today than there was 50 years ago, but until someone recognized the law by which it could be made of service, we received no benefit. Now that the law is understood, practically the whole world is lit by it. So with the law of abundance, it is only those who recognize the law and place themselves in harmony with it who share in its benefits. The end. No, actually, that's just the foreword. Imagine what else is in there. We're going to go into it. All right. Did you get it? Start to switch your thinking. Well, maybe just get rid of your thinking. Start believing. Sending you light, love, wealth, health, prosperity, abundance. Get the abundance mindset. Namaste.